Hello. So recording already started. So Arun, could you please introduce yourself so that like a second understand?
Yeah. Hi, Sheikh. My name is Arun Man, and currently I am doing working in Dish TV from the Team HR company as a SQL Server DBA. So I have 8 year experience in MS SQL Server DBA. So basically, our work in Dish TV are maintenance all the database which are in production environment and DR also. So basically, we take backup and handles all the things like lock shipping, manual lock shipping, and AG availability group. And we have also a DAG. I think you have listened about it. Hello.
Yes, bro, I heard about it.
So actually, we have two environment in our company, Dish and D2H. So both are different environment, means both are in different domain. So that's why we have the DAC facilities in our production environment. So basically, we are doing like that.
Okay.
If any employee join, new employee join, so we create logins, give authentications, give permissions, write, read, and view, show plan like that. And somebody if need any old backup, if he want to gain some data from the old table, so we restore old backup on the given server, and after that we restore given a specific table and provide them like these things, all the related to core DB we do. And most of the one thing we do, alteration, like so many SPs every day given to us for alteration, so we do also these things.
So Arun, it means deployment work, you can say release on
Deployment
production.
working.
Yep, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Sak, if possible, could you please introduce so that he will be understand?
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Hi, Arun. Myself, Sheikh here. Basically, I'm from Bangalore, and currently I'm working as a SQL Server database administrator from past 3.5 years in Krish Technologies, which is based in Chennai. So
Your
my
voice
role here
is
is
sorry, Sheikh. Your voice is very low. Actually, please don't mind.
low. Okay, not a problem. Thank you for letting me know. Let me check my sound. Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it clear?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. So myself Sheikh here. Basically, I'm from Bangalore. So currently, I'm working as a database administrator in Krish Technologies, which is in Chennai. So I'm working as a DBA from past 3.5 years. So my work is simple here. Like I'm working as L1 and L2 level database administrator. We have a set of clients where we are providing the in and out support for DBA. Like as you said, like doing a data refresh, taking the backups, configuring the backups as a schedule, and granting the access to the users on a particular databases. Then coming to AG, we will monitor the always and availability dashboards. So yeah,
Good.
then checking the log issues and disk space issues. But the thing is, like in our environment, everything is in place, like a stable environment where we don't get much tickets to work on. So that is the lack of exposure that I have
Okay.
So, Shaq, mainly you are working on premise or like a cloud environment, basically.
on premise.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. Thanks, Shaq,
And
for
moreover, before
introduction.
to me, yeah, before to
Okay.
me, there were the DBS who had already configured everything is in place. So I have not configured much things. So I'm just like housekeeping things. I'm doing.
Okay. Okay.
But
Thanks.
but in our environment, we are, I think you know about it. So we have on premises and Azure also.
Good to know.
So let's start. So for today's session, what we can do, we'll go for the like a performance training mainly. So when we are starting working with a performance tuning, basically we'll get a two type of work. One is a, you can say, SQL DBA perspective tuning, and another it's a SQL developer level time tuning basically. So let's suppose like a interviewer asking to us like yesterday or 1 month before query was running fine, but today it's not working expected. For this case, what DBS should do and what SQL developer should do. So basically, what we can do, we'll take care of those part because first priority is a SQL DB, and the second we can thought for the SQL developer, what they are doing. Okay. So as a SQL DBA, let's suppose yesterday it's working and now it's not working. So basically, we can't make any changes on the production state forward basically. Let's suppose one procedure or query is not running well. It's taking long time. Like initially it's a like a 5 minute and now it's a 45 minutes. So we can't do with as a DBA, DBA can't do any SQL code rewriting, but developer can rewrite a code. They can performance they can change some syntax and so that they will improve the performance. But SQL DBA, a straightforward, can't implement anything on the production environment basically. Because if let's suppose as a DBA, I identify one procedure or query is not performing well. So what we have to do now, we have to share those query to application developer team. It's a app DBA because two stream are there, SQL DBA and app DBA. So app DBA mainly supporting for the tuning of the procedure or query. So we have to share those query to them and they will start rewriting of a store procedure. But rewriting is not a straightforward. Let's suppose we are facing issue on the production environment. So they will not directly execute or release on the production environment, you know very well, because they have to go with a development process. They have to first deploy on test environment, then UAT environment, and after that they can move for the production. So this process is very long. So for the a critical performance issue, and we have to fix within a 2 hours maximum. So this a SQL developer approach will not work mainly, you know very well, because they have to first develop into the dev environment and after that they will deploy those changes on the test machine. And after test machine, tester will validate what is the performance on basis of data. And next user acceptance testing, they will be executing on the production UAT server. And UAT server, it's a equivalent to production because they every day they are refreshing a data into the UAT server. So on UAT server, they will identify they will identify load, what is the execution of a specific query or procedure. And if they will got you can say good optimal performance, the next process they have to raise a change request, and with a change management team they will approve, and after that they can proceed for the they will approve some downtime or change window, and after that they can proceed for the deployment on the production. So it's a very lengthy process, but for those time, if a SQL DBA is getting a same issue, how they will tackle, how will they will fix those issue. So basically what we have to do for this session, we'll try to cover a DBA activity basically. So for DBA, DBA will not change anything. What they can do, DBA can check let's suppose they identify query they shared with our application development. Application developer or development team has started working. But what they can do for now, first approach, let's suppose they will check how many procedure and object or associated procedure deployed day before yesterday. Let's suppose today we are facing issue. Yesterday or before yesterday, how many procedure got changes into the production environment? They will identify. So let's how we can identify how many procedure are got changed, associated procedure or associated table. Okay. So how we can check those? Because let's suppose I want to check some procedure detail. So we have some query. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, Mr.
Yes, yes.
Sec, your voice is very low, I think so. Could you please check your mic?
Now I'm audible.
Yeah, now is fine. Thank you.
Okay.
So let's suppose I have to identify which procedure yesterday updated. So you can see in this metadata, you will get those information like this is a create date and this is a modified date. So if anything modified in between, like let's suppose I'm saying like yesterday procedure was working fine, but today it's not working. So basically we have to check what changes implemented on the like a production end. And mainly like let's suppose I identify this procedure is not working fine. Let's take example this procedure. This store procedure is not working fine. So first point, you have to identify what is the changes when they made a changes in this environment, like in this procedure. So on basis of modified it and create it, they will identify. And after like a
I'm audible.
yes, yes, sir, yeah.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. So when we run the select start from sys procedures, so will it show all the procedures which we ran, or the procedure? I mean the procedures which are there on this instance.
Okay, basically they will share why I said it's a all procedure list they will provide. Okay, but what you have to do now, let's suppose I have to go with a create date or modified it. Okay, I'm going with the create date. I'm saying if anything changed before yesterday, like a before today, let's go. So I'm going with I'm selecting a get date. Okay, gates date is a providing information for the current date. Okay, you know this function, this is a you can say predefined function, and this function will provide you can say current date of the systems. Okay, server date. So let's suppose I want to know -1. It means you will get to know it's one day before. Yeah. So if any changes happen before one day before, I want to select those. So I'm saying like a less than this or if modify this. So if I will say greater than this, one day -1. So if anything change one day before, you will get this information basically. So on basis of your like a use case, you have to check. Let's suppose this procedure holding a some record and multiple table are dependent with this. So let me filter out this procedure detail here. Okay. In this procedure, you have to find the dependency, how many objects are dependent on this. So if you can click here, first what you have to do, right click on the procedure, view dependency, and then you'll got to know how many objects are dependent on this. Okay, you can see these are like a object dependent on this table. Okay, so on basis of that, you'll get to know these are associated object in this procedure, and we have to check like how many record inserted. And I think in a first initial demo class I explained like you have to create some DBA one audit database. So maybe next session I will like help you to create how you can create a DBA database, so that like if anybody modifying a store procedure, inserting a data, deleting a something, some object, so we'll audit those information into the DBA database. So basically we have to create a you can say database level trigger, so that if anything is happening like altering a procedure, modifying is a procedure, deleting a procedure or creating a procedure, you will get to know. Yes, Arun, yeah, tell me.
Yeah. Actually, it will just do work like audit DB, right?
Yes, right, yeah.
Means if anybody want to changes in procedures, tables, or delete command, or drop command, if anybody want to like do that, so it will be recorded in the audit DB.
Yes, right. Yeah, basically, every DB is creating those database. So tomorrow I will help you how we can capture those information. So let me explain here. Bas Sec, you know how many type of trigger? You do know about this?
No, I don't know.
So basically, we have a three type of trigger mainly. One is a table level
Okay.
trigger. So if any activity is happening on the table, those trigger will help to audit all information. So let me show you. if we have a table, okay, so only high level I'm going, not a inside. So let's, this is a table, and if we can expand, here is a trigger, okay. So if any activity happening with the category table, so if we'll create a trigger, those trigger will help to audit those information. Let's suppose I'm inserting a data, I'm deleting a data, okay. For this activity we can capture with help of this trigger. Let's suppose, and one another I already explained, database label trigger. So if we can expand, like this is a database, so if anything is happening below underlying this database, like creating a table, creating a view, creating a synonym, procedure, function, everything, altering anything, so they will record. We have a security tab, no, 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 security or storage, okay. Oh, sorry, I got to know. So if we can expand programmatically, in programmatically you can see here is a database legal trigger is there, okay, here. So this database level trigger help, like if I'm creating a table, if I'm deleting it, like a create alter DDL command, creating a table, altering a table, dropping a table, each and every object wise, all these statement they will record, like for view also, for procedure, function, for each and every underlying database object they will do event. So if we can create a trigger inside this database level, they will monitor, they will audit, and they will provide information for the future reference. Because in the last session I said, like let's suppose one procedure is executing at 20 minutes, one is at 10 minutes. So tomorrow if anybody asking to you, this procedure is not working fine, and now execution is 20 minutes, and like a 1 year before is a 20 minutes, and now they are saying it's not performing well. On basis of baseline audit information, we can say initial execution was 20 and current execution is a 20. It means my procedure is running fine, because you have to record all the information every day on basis of execution. You got my point? So audit information will capture all this information, like with the help of database level trigger, you can like monitor if any activity is happening, creating, altering, dropping, each and every underlying object you can record. Another trigger is called, it's a server label. It means server label what activity is happening, like creating a database, creating a login, creating a link service. S- So server label whatever action is happening, we can monitor into the security like a server level trigger. So let me check where is a server level trigger. So okay, here is a server level trigger. In server object, basically we have a trigger is called server label. So if you create a trigger on the server label, it means whatever activity is happening on the server, you can record here. Okay. So basically we have a three level of trigger: server level, most higher hierarchy, then underlying database level trigger, and third is a table level. So table level, whatever like a delete, you can say update, insert, whatever action is happening. So we can record on basis of our use case basically. So these trigger will help to capture all the statistic, or you can also capture from the metadata. Okay. So we'll create a DBA database from the tomorrow, and we'll try to like provide how you can like monitor this. Let's suppose this procedure is running 5 minutes for now, and tomorrow it's running 10 minutes. So on basis of audit table, or you can say audit DBA database, you store all the information, and after that you can extract those information and share to them. Because initial execution when data was very low, it's a 20 minute, and current we have a data high, and after that we are executing procedure in a 20 minutes. So you can say it's a optimal performance. You got my point? So basically what you have to do for the SQL DBA perspective, if any issue is coming, so first we have to check like anything updated or not. Let's suppose yesterday somebody's like a deployed some procedure table, or some you can say function they deployed, and after deployment like a server is not performing well for those specific object. So with the help of this table like a procedure, you will get to know what procedure changes for yesterday. Okay, today minus this, like let's suppose I'm saying this one, and I'm converting this into the text date format. Okay, so let me put here select, and I'm putting into the date format here, cast as a date. I'm not converting into the time, but I want to yesterday date. So I said minus one. So today is a 22nd September. Simply I'm subtracting into one day and we are getting this information. So let's suppose yesterday any changes happened. So simply I'm copying and paste here, and I'm saying same, I'm converting this also into the date so that we can make a comparison. Otherwise one column is a date and another is a date time. So that will not be beneficial for the execution. So let me execute. So nothing is changes. So it means nothing changes from the procedure side. So what should be next action? If for yesterday, if I'm checking for yes day before yesterday, anything is there. So I have to go for the minus one. You will get to nothing changes. For this case, you have to check what is a index fragmentation label. Okay, and state forward. Like let's suppose you have a less time and you got to know this procedure is a culprit. So you have to go for the first step. I will suggest you have to go for the recompilation. Recompilation. You know this recompilation, Arun?
Yes, Priya.
And sec, you know recompilation. Why we are doing a recompile of the procedure? Hello? I think your voice
Am
is
I audible?
very,
No, no, I'm not familiar.
yeah, basically your voice is very low, but we understand you say you are saying like you don't know recompilation. Okay?
Right, right.
Okay. So basically what happened? Like let's suppose this procedure is running with a some plan. Let's suppose some plan is running. So some cases it's a bad plan. So if procedure is following with a bad plan, so maybe performance will be degraded. For this case, we have to go for the recompile. So what should be like let's suppose we already identify nothing changes from the procedure side. So we are happy if anything is not changed, it means procedure is following bad plan. So if you want to like a clear plan, let's suppose you want to make like a just denote this procedure should be go for the new plan. So you have to go for the recompile. SP recompile one procedure is there. So SP underscore recompile. Okay. And you have to provide your procedure name. So this is my procedure. I'm passing those. So after that, next execution, yeah, you can see mark as a recompilers. It means if anybody will execute this procedure, they will go with a new execution plan. Basically, what happened? When we are creating a procedure, they are not creating a plan. But if we are trying to execute this procedure, what will happen? They will check if plan is available. If plan is not available, they will create a plan on basis of whatever like a code you wrote, or on basis of like a whatever like a checkpoint, or you can say data density index, or you can say a statistic detail do you have. On basis of that, they will create your plan, and after that they will go for the execution. Let's suppose I'm going for the next run, like a second run. What will happen? They will check plan is there or not, plan is cache or not, it's available into the memory. So if you will get yes, it means they will go for the like a only execution. Next time they will not go for the creating a plan. Create plan part will skip basically if plan is already there. Okay. So let's suppose I'm executing this procedure. So first time, so they will create a plan first, but second time they will populate those same plan and they will try to execute. They will not go for the recreating a plan. But if you'll execute this statement, it means you are marking this procedure as a recompilation. It means next run, when you want to execute this procedure, they will go for the creating a new plan. They will create a new plan. They will like already we mark as a
As in, like in old execution plan will be deleted so that a new execution plan can come.
Yeah, basically it's a marking for the recompilation. It's not removing a plan, whatever execution existing plan
Okay.
were there. It's not dropping. If you want to drop,
Okay.
you have to go for the DBCC drop free pro caches. Okay. So basically, we have another command called DBCC free pro cache. So if you'll pass here SQL handle, okay. So I will go next. I will explain this point also. So basically, if we'll pass SQL handle of this procedure, plan will drop. But here I'm not saying you can go and drop the plan. I'm saying I'm marking for the recompilation. It means next run, they will start creating a new plan. They will not bother about existing plan. Okay. So
Okay.
let's
Okay.
suppose. So let's suppose I recompile and after that we are not getting a good performance. What should be next action? So Arun, do you have any idea? Let's suppose I recompile and sec. If you want to recompile this procedure, it's a very straightforward. What you can do instead of recompile, you can directly alter this procedure. Same process you have to follow. If I will alter, it means they will mark for the new execution, new plan creation. So let me filter out, and I'm going for the altering this procedure. Okay. So if I will re-execute now, and if I can go for the compilation, both are same. Okay. So if you want to recompile, if you can alter, that will equivalent to recompile. Okay.
Sorry, Pia.
One sec. You mean to say any changes happens to the existing uh, store procedure if developer adds something to the existing store procedure, so we don't have to again recompile because it will create a new plan by
Yes,
default.
right. You are right, 100%.
Okay.
So if you are altering a procedure, modifying a procedure, it's automatically they can go for the new plan. Okay. Arun, yeah, tell me.
But most of the organizations said that first of all, if you are facing a performance issue like your SP is taking too much time in
Okay.
your environment, so you should apply SP recompile. But yes, according to you, and I also know about it, that the alteration and SP underscore recompile do the same work. So what is the basically difference? Why they said that you should do first apply SP recompile?
Okay. Basically, what happened? Let's suppose I'm going for the recompile. So we are not changing a metadata. What is a modification date? And if you can go for the altering a procedure, it means we are changing a modification date. I already explained here. Let me
Yes, yes, this is the main thing.
main thing let's suppose tomorrow one person came and they say, oh, Arun Man modified this procedure, so please don't go with a altering procedure. But you can say logically, technically, it's a both are same. Yep. So if you can go
Okay,
for the this process, if I'm going this, okay, let me select all. So if I will go for the altering recompilation, if I will go for the recompile, they will not change your a modification date, because we are not modifying, we are only marking for the recompilation. So we are not doing anything for the recompilation. But if you can go for the altering a procedure, so it's a create a problem for you. If I'm going for the
okay.
if I will go for the altering this procedure, so metadata will change. And if metadata will change, it means your ID will track there, and they will got to know it's a 1831, it's a modified. Okay.
Yes,
So
anybody can
this is
ask
the,
that what you
yeah,
have
this is,
changes.
yeah, I, they will say something is modification, because what is happening? Some company are not using a versioning tool like a CBS, or you can say GitHub, they are not using. So if you are not doing any changes, but they can say, no, you made some changes, and that's why it's a performance is degrading. Okay. But
Yes,
if you
yes,
if other companies let's suppose current company is not using a GitHub versioning code versioning tool, so it's a problem. But if other companies are already using some versioning tool, VSS or GitHub, so that case it's not a problem, because if they will compare what what is the code available into the server and what is the version of available latest version into the GitHub. If they will get a same data, they will say it's not a problem for us. So only for the recompilation, Arun made these changes, only recompiled. Okay. So
Okay, Pia.
let's suppose after recompile, um, basically what happened? After recompilation, you are getting, okay, performance is not good. What should be next action? So you can go for the down the line. How many table? How many tables are participating? Okay, in this procedure, you have to identify those. So how you can identify? I already explained. You have to go for the dependency. Okay, in dependency, you will get to know how many tables are participating. Okay, and those table. Now, what is the next point? Let's suppose you identify like a table 1, tab 1, second, tab 2, and third, tab 3 are part of this procedure. So basically, we have to check what is the index fragmentation. For the straightforward, what we have to do, let's suppose I'm going for this procedure. And let's suppose this procedure is a optimal execution is a 5 minute, and now it's taking 30 minutes to execute this procedure. So if I want to extract this execution plan of this procedure, so it's a very complicated, like you have to wait till 30 minutes or 40 minutes, whatever execution time of current load. Okay. So you have to go for the actual execution, and you have to, whatever parameter is required, you have to pass those, and after that you have to go for the execution. Okay. So let's suppose I executed, and after that I got to know that will take so long time. So I cancel this procedure. So for the let's suppose I don't want to execution plan because that will take 30 minutes for the execution. So second option, we have to go for the estimated plan here. Yes, Arun. Yeah.
Sorry, Pia. Actually, you have said that you will consider all the table regarding this SP, their dependency
Yeah.
on the
Dependent. Yeah.
SP.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay. But means only SP table dependency or any other newly temp table created in SP. So it will be considered or only dependency table will be considered.
So basically, whatever table is a part of those procedure, those table we have to consider. Let's suppose they are creating a view, they are creating a temporary table, global temporary, or maybe physical base table they are creating. So all those tables should be considerable for the performance.
Okay, okay.
So let's suppose I said already its execution is a very, you can say execution time is a more than 30 minutes. So we can't wait for the 30 minutes because our take to complete this ticket within 60 minutes. Okay. So if I will wait for the execution plan 30 minutes, it's also like a 30 minutes loss for us. So what I can do, we can go for the estimated plan. So you can go for the control L instead of control M. Okay. So you will get to know what is a execution plan here. In execution plan, you will get all the query information. You can see here is a scan happening, here seek happening, here index scan is happening here. So basically, we'll cover, like a execution plan topic. It's a completely like a very large topic. So we can cover those. So you have to go for execution plan. Let's suppose we have a two sets of query. One set is a taking 0%, one set is a 100%. It means we have to ignore this first point. So we have to focus for this point. And in this point, you can see this has match is a 58%. This is a main problem. Here you can see if, and mainly how you can scan execution plan. You have to start from the right. You can see here is a plus icon. And if you want like a, you can scroll. Let's suppose it's a very small execution plan. So it's a very easy to see in a one picture or one image. If it's a big plan, then you have to just mark your like a cursor should be marked, and then you will get to see where is the actual issue we are facing. So you can see here 10% is as index scan. Here is at 11%, some cases index scan or seek. Some cases index scan is also there. Here is a nested loop, it's fine. Here is a hash match. So mainly hash match have a 58%. So main what we have to do, whatever return output is coming, like this two table, and after that they are making a nested loop. And we have another table set, it's already detail, and whatever output we got, when they are trying to match with a hash match technology they are going. So basically we have a three type. We have to understand how many types of you can say looping here: hash match, and second you can say nested loop, and third is a merge, basically merge loop. So we have a three technique to merging a two data sets, and it's a hash match is a very, you can say it's a you can say those table does not have indexes basically. And if we have a nested loop, you can say one set have large data and another have less data basically. For this case, you can say both tables are good index implementation basically. So if you are going with a hash match, it means whatever table you created, those table does not have a proper indexes. So if we don't have a proper indexes, we have to go for the proper indexing. So I will guide you how you can proceed for the proper indexing. And merge, mainly
So
what?
we are this hash match table. We can say this is not a heap table.
No, you can't say it's a heap table. Basically what happened, they are trying to matching. Okay, when like a two
Okay.
sets data is coming, they are trying to match, and both data set have maybe some, one data set have a good index, but one other data set does not have a indexes. For this case hash match is occur. Okay, nested loop,
Okay.
some cases like a one table set have a very less record, one table is a good indexes implementation, but merge is a very, you can say it's a good index plan, or you can say indexes introduce those both data set mainly. Okay, so we have to follow like a mainly if your like a lookup is working. So loop nested and merge is a very good for the good performance. Hash match is a degrading each and every time. Okay, so I think we have to join another meeting. Okay,
Okay. Bhaiya.
yeah, please try
Okay.
to join in a second.
Okay.
Thank you.